Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold a record with pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I know I'm fighting. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another spontaneous edition of the Boxing Voice. Hashtag TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. We are back. It's Friday night. You should be out with your girl, but guess what? You're going to be out with your other girl, the one you stay cheating on her with. That's right, boxing. And the rest of us degenerates here. And guess what? The WBC champion. And he's had it up to here. He's tired of all the bullshit. He's tired of it. I'm going to let you know just how much.
I just want to know one question. I hope somebody got the answer for me. I just want to know what the hell is going on in the heavyweight division. What is going on? I just woke up to multiples of articles where Josh was stating that he's just not mentally, physically, emotionally ready for me. That it may take up to 2020 until he can build up the courage to really fight me. Basically talking about getting me old. And don't you know this black don't crack? I ain't getting old no time soon. Trust me. Trust me. Is these guys that scared? I keep telling y'all guys over and over again. I'm the most feared. Again, I repeat, I am the most feared heavyweight in the division. None of these champions, the best, don't want their O to go. They don't want to lose their record. And then Hearns talking about he'll knock me out in 3. Didn't make the motherfucking fight then. Why you scared? It's either two things. Either y'all scared or y'all doping too. Which one is it?
Which one is it? Which one is it? I'm the most motherfucking feared podcast host there is out there when it comes to boxing. You heard me say it. That's right. You heard what Wilder said. And if you didn't hear that and that wasn't clear enough and his social media doesn't get the message across good enough, well, guess what? He's coming on the show in a couple of minutes. We're going to text him. He's going to join us. We're going to chit-chat. We're going to talk about this and see what exactly are his thoughts to Anthony Joshua saying he might take it back to at least 2020 just to get in the ring with Wilder. Let's go on out to the Golden State.
DiBiase production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor. Thaboxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just hope the guy. I wish.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. And God, when there's a Wilder show, the haters do come out. And with Deontay Wilder being on the show with us in a couple minutes, God, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to read the YouTube comment section after the show tomorrow. I know there's gonna be some really good stuff there. You know, Deontay Wilder, I think, is one of those guys as the most disrespected, most underrated champions in boxing. Regardless, even if you think that like Ness, like you think he's a good champion, I think even he still underrates Wilder. I think a lot of people underrate him. You know, a lot of people are quick to point out little things, and I can't wait to get him on here to talk about Anthony Joshua. I know this is the fight. This is the next Canelo Triple G. This is the next Mayweather Pacquiao. That's the next big fight in boxing is AJ Wilder. And if it doesn't happen until 2020, God, I can't wait to get the WBC champions' opinions and takes on this.
Dude, 2020, that is just a bit insane. I can't even believe he said that. You should get the exact quote. It'll be nice to read it right back to Wilder, even though he knows it quite well. He sent me numerous links. I mean, it really has him fired up. He can't believe that someone would be willing to wait that long to put together a super fight. Now, Matt, let me play devil's advocate here to Wilder's aggression. does it make the fight any bigger? 2020 or is Anthony Joshua being sarcastic? 2020 does seem like a long time from now. Like that's three years from now.
It's more like 2 now. We're almost 2018, so I would say that. But yeah, it does seem like a long time from now. Does it become a bigger fight in 2 years if both these guys stay undefeated and they go on to beat the Joseph Parkers, the Huey Furies, maybe a Tyson Fury if he comes back, etc.? Does that make it bigger? Yes, potentially. But with Luis Ortiz also potentially out for a bit, and can't wait to get Wilder's thoughts on that as well. There's really no one else in the division other than those top 3 guys and maybe a Huey Fury with Joshua, Wilder, Parker, and then maybe Huey Fury. I mean, who else is in the division that would make big fights that would get the casual fans interested? With both these guys feasting on unknown bottom top 10, top 15, top 20 guys for the next 2 years, sell a mega fight? I don't think so. This fight happening next year makes the most sense to me.
And the next year, maybe even early 2019, I can see that happening because of the way things worked out. We didn't have the Luis Ortiz fight. I know that the public is still gonna demand some sort of redemption fight for Wilder. If I don't know what they want to call it, but that Luis Ortiz, it definitely signified something, and now that one slipped away. But 2020, that just sounds excessive. I wonder if he's just being, like I said, sarcastic. If he's maybe he knows he's the A side, right? He's got to know he's the A side, and maybe he's just pulling his leg a bit. I mean, because can you give Anthony Joshua a schedule to make him last till 2020 to then face Wilder at the end of that? I mean,
that's 4 more fights. If he fights 2 times a year, like Eddie Hearn says, that's 4 fights. So it would be Pulev. Well, it's actually 5, including the Pulev fight. So Pulev, and then 4 more fights. You have Parker, Huey Fury, and then who? I mean, Luis Ortiz if he comes back, which is theoretical. I mean, in 2000, let's say, I think worst case scenario, Luis Ortiz gets a year suspension and he comes back in 2019. That's the worst case scenario, in my opinion. I could see Joshua fighting or Wilder fighting Ortiz in 2019 if we have this timeline, and then you add one other name in there, and that could be a Dylan White rematch. That could be a Derek Chisora. You could find somebody there, a big Baby Miller. There are some names you could throw in there that theoretically could last till 2020. I don't know if it makes it into a bigger fight, though.
Now, I've seen various quotes on this, things like, and I'm using quotes, when the time is right, whether it happens in 2018 or 2020. And again, that's what lead me to believe that he's just, kind of showing that he's in control, I think. Because when the time is right, could be any time. Wilder could have a great performance versus Stavern. I'm not saying that that'll happen, and it changes the perception, let's say. As long as his perception gets shifted, especially with something like this. He was very vocal. That audio was from his social media, which, blasted out to various forms of social media that he has. And God knows how many people retweeted it and shared it and reposted and things like that. Where he's basically calling out the other champions, Joshua specifically, and now casting that shadow of a doubt on Joshua in terms of PEDs as the secondary excuse. Is he trying to cycle off, so to speak? But I mean, obviously, he's going to have a fight in October this month, a couple of days from now, 20-something days from now. So I don't know. I'm just repeating what Wilder said. Obviously, you guys heard it on the audio, but yeah, thoughts.
I think AJ has been sort of plagued with PED, not necessarily rumors, because there really hasn't been anything substantial behind them that I've seen, but at least hate. People saying that, oh, he's on PEDs because look at him. I've seen a lot of that from the fans, at least. So for Wilder to say that doesn't surprise me. I think that's been sort of a long-standing criticism of Anthony Joshua that may or may not be unfounded, depending on your opinion. And I don't necessarily think it's valid until we see something. You know, at least with Ortiz, we have 2 positive tests. Like, that's a clear thing. Like, Wilder, you can say as many things as you want about him. You can say that, oh, we knew that you're in the hospital trying to cycle it out. You can say that because it makes sense because we have 2 positive tests from Ortiz. You know, to widely speculate or throw out these things that either he has seen or other fighters have seen or other people have seen is a little bit unfounded until we have a smoking gun. And we don't have that with Joshua.
No, we don't. We don't. And Joshua, man, I would hate for that to happen, you know. 100% knockout ratio and all that would take away a lot. And he's worked hard to get to where he's at. And it'll also damage the fight, right? I mean, these PEDs in the sport, it just continues to put a black eye on things. Like, you know, that Ortiz Wilder fight was such a big thing until that, and it took all the air out right away.
A lot of the top guys are using, unfortunately, and a byproduct of increased performance enhancement drug testing is that we're going to get good fights taken away from us because a lot of guys at the top do use performance enhancing drugs. So unfortunately, everyone's saying, "Oh, the VADA program, that was so great. Way to go, the WBC." You guys are also saying, "Oh, put Ortiz back in there. It doesn't matter." You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't. I'm sorry. If you want increased testing, you're going to get great fights taken away from us. That is the unfortunate side effect of random drug testing for PEDs. And I think boxing fans are new to that. Other sport fans have sort of dealt with that and sort of come to grips with that reality, that great athletes or great games or great fights or whatever are going to be taken away because of drug testing. Boxing fans really never had that until now. And we had numerous fights. Wilder obviously is the greatest example. Povetkin and Ortiz. 2 fights that were fantastic. 2 top 5 heavyweights going at it. And it got taken away from the fans, unfortunately, and from Wilder because of drug testing. But we want better drug testing, right? That's what we called for a while. So it's one of those things where you can't have your cake and eat it too. And I think a lot of fans are slowly understanding that, but a lot of them also do not understand that yet. And I think Wilder is sort of becoming a poster child of a guy that's been on the wrong side of drug testing. If anyone knows the UFC, Michael Bisping's another case of that, where he lost 4 or 5 fights. All of those were due to guys that were either on TRT or popped for steroids. Wilder's sort of in that situation.
Speaking of just getting in touch with the champ here, trying to get him on. It's going to be a few minutes. So in the meantime, I guess we should probably go to some callers just to open it up a little bit and give them a bit more time. Probably still training or getting out of it. But we had touched on this topic, I believe, on the Thursday show. You know, a couple of callers called in. This news was hot. And you know, I didn't think nothing of it because I heard this before, but it definitely got under the skin of the champ. So can't wait to get him on and see what he's, you know, feeling.
I don't think the date was what was once said. I think it was one of those things where like Josh was like, "Oh, I'll fight him in like 2018 and 2019," and that was back in 2016, 2017. So it was a year or 2 away, and now it's a year or 2 away again. I think that's the main issue. I don't think he said 2020 before.
Well, we definitely all want the fight sooner. But, I mean, if I'm Joshua, you know, see, Wilder, he's looking for legacy because he could obviously continue, getting these Stavern-like defenses and racking in whatever dollars, but it's probably not the same amount anyway, right? He's probably just breaking about a mil for those. When with Joshua, what do you project those numbers to be? Is that going to be in the Mayweather McGregor range or the Canelo Triple G?
Well, we really don't know in terms of what pay-per-view buys or purses.
Both.
Purses, we really don't know what the Triple G Canelo purses are because they got such a low guarantee. But we know they had a huge upside in pay-per-view, both those gentlemen. So I don't know what their numbers were. Let's compare it to AJ's last fight, Klitschko. Both guys got $20 million each. I think you're going to see something like AJ getting $100 million and Wilder making $50 million, $30 million.
Man, you think it gets to that much? 100?
Yeah.
Wow.
Easily.
100 guarantee, or you mean after pay-per-views?
If it's 100 mil guaranteed, I don't think he gets really anything pay-per-view upside because that guarantee.
Man, bro.
But I could see him getting a lower guarantee,
deal,
but still clearing 100 mil in that fight.
100
mil. He's making 100 mil in that fight.
100 mil. That's the Mayweather McGregor deal, bro.
Yeah.
He was guaranteed 100. McGregor was guaranteed 30. And then they raked it in after the numbers did that well. You're sure about that? You want the show to end later on, and that being your.
That's my take. Yeah, that's my hot take. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if AJ Klitschko was 20 mil each, I'm assuming this fight is gonna be bigger. I'm assuming this fight, the way these.
But is it though? I mean,
absolutely. First off, you don't necessarily say that. All right, Klitschko has a better legacy at heavyweight right now than Wilder. We all know that. However, the dynamic between Wilder and Joshua in a press tour and just the overall promos and how they are going to shit talk each other, we know that fight organically is going to sell in a way that while Klitschko AJ sold was not. It was not this fierce rivalry of these two guys at their prime coming at it, who can both talk, who can both be on the mic and say some awesome shit. No, that wasn't that. That was a passing of the torch fight that the country got behind. So I think this is different. This is a big fight. Big drama show.
Now, do you think any of the Dominic Brazil, AJ antics happen? I mean, not that I want that to happen. I don't want any punches thrown and anybody to go to jail before the fight due to assault or anything like that.
I can see like some light scuffle.
But I would be interested in seeing that particular scenario played out again with these two men. And I'm talking about when they were in the back of whatever stadium it is. I'm not going to begin to know what stadium they were in. And they think the cameras are off, and I'm using air quotes, and AJ turns to Brazil and he's like, hey, man, don't be talking to me like that, man. You're not about that life, man. Don't be walking up to me like you're going to do something. Yo, that was intense. I like that moment a lot.
I like how you give him a Jamaican accent more than a British accent.
I mean, that's what he does. That's like he's Nigerian and shit, bro. Like, that's how he sounds. You're a hater.
That was totally Jamaican.
At least I try to put a little accent. I mean, Matt just straight reads quotes in Matt voice. Everything is Matt voice. Where is the champ? WBC champ will be joining us. Man, you know how these things are, man. He's an important guy, so we got to wait around. We're hoping he calls in any moment now. I'm being told he was at the gym. So we shall see. But we're definitely talking about the quotes floating around the internet. Anthony Joshua admitting that the Deontay Wilder fight is going to happen at his pace. That'd be 2018 or 2020. Matt seems to think it's not a long time from now. We're going to go ahead and open up these phone lines. So I'll get to the...
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
What did you say? What did you say?
That it is a long time from now. 2 years from now does seem like a long time from now.
All right.
But you could theoretically give him fights in the meantime. Both guys.
Definitely.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Yo, Matt, who's gonna really want to go to the phone lines? Like, they're gonna be like, yo, don't go to me now. I want to hear what the champ has to say, then talk. But I guess we'll double back on a lucky few.
Yes.
I mean, talk to me. I mean, in Jersey, going una vez, going dos. I mean, that was the sign right there. Like, yo, I ain't ready. I want to hear what he got to say. Come on, where's Wild at? We'll have to go all the way to Bama in a bit.
We are going to Bama in about a week.
I know it's about a week.
No, it's about actually like a week and 3 days.
Yeah, couple, something like that. Larry, San Francisco. Larry, talk to me.
Hey, big ups to the boxing voice. Hey, Matt, how you doing over there today, Matt? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? Get it out, Larry. What do you want to say? Man?
I thought you might need a little help. Hey, quick question: how much does an AJ Tyson Fury fight do if AJ and Wilder's $100 million fight?
Tell him, Larry.
Ooh, that does a lot.
Oh my God, Matt, he's giving you your opportunity to get out of that statement. That's what he did right there.
I'm gonna stick by that. I can see it.
Back it up, Matt.
I can see.
Back it up.
Yeah. How about this, Larry? Do you think that AJ Wilder can do over 2 million pay-per-view buys in the UK?
I'm not real up on the UK pay-per-view. I think a big pay-per-view over there though is like $1 million. I think it's a huge fight, right? Like their $1 million is not our $1 million, just based on.
I believe him and Klitschko did either 1.3 or 1.5.
I wouldn't automatically expect it to outdo that fight. You have to understand that we're coming from the mindset of U.S. fight fans, whereas Anthony Joshua could get buku bucks for fighting Joseph Parker or David Hay. He can make as much money off them as he could off fighting Wilder for way easier work. It seems like a real big fight to us, and it is a big fight, but it is not leaps and bounds above those other ones. So I think those financial figures you were on are a bit much. But the bottom line is this. I think AJ's trolling talking about 2020. 2019, I think, is right on point because he can get two real easy fights next year and then get a Wilder fight early in 2019. But 2020 is trolling, and 2020 is legit, and he's definitely ducking on that. And as far as us waiting for Wilder, Ness, Matt, that's all good. When you got a champ coming, you got to wait sometimes. And I appreciate it. Keep rolling, and I'm out.
Well, Larry, thanks for rolling with the punches. Always appreciate having you on the show. Yeah, where's the champ, Matt? Where's the champ?
I'm curious if Larry changes his mind. If I would to say, if Wilder were to beat either Dylan White or a David Hay, if David Hay were to beat Tony Bellew, would you think that Wilder AJ does over 2 million pay-per-view buys? If he were to get that big win, maybe in the UK against a UK pseudo star, or at least a star in David Hay for sure, does that change the paradigm of the pay-per-view buys? Does that make Wilder instantly more lucrative than, let's say, a Tyson Fury fight? I don't know. I probably would lean that if Tyson Fury would have a successful comeback and then to fight AJ, that would probably do gigantic business over there. But if if Wilder were to go over there and beat a White or Chisora or David Hay, that would instantly change things, in my opinion.
David Hay. I mean, the thing is, David Hay is going to have to look good in this Bellew fight for that Hay Wilder fight to mean what you want it to mean. And Dillian White, I guess he would have to look good in the Brazil fight for that fight to mean enough, to raise the profile enough. I mean, 100 million, that's just a lot of money.
Again, that's for AJ. That's not necessarily for Wilder. I think AJ is going to be a huge star. And I think he is definitely going to make tens and tens of millions of dollars probably every fight going forward. Sponsorships, pay-per-views, gate, merchandise. He's getting a percentage of everything, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I hear you, but You did say guarantee.
I said if that's a guarantee, he's not getting any pay-per-view upside. If that's not his guarantee, then I see him hitting 100 mil, including all of those things.
All right. Well, let's get back out to these phone lines as we wait for Deontay Wilder to call in. Let's go out to the UK. I know that you got some guys out there, one in particular, that feels that this is going to be a AJ hate show. What do you think, Matt? We haven't been hating on AJ much.
I think it's going to be more of a Wilder hate show, to be honest. I think AJ is loved.
Oh, he is adored. Let's get out to the callers.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
BJ was gonna beat me, then yeah, you predict he's gonna beat me. He got smashed.
Why is Wilder sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Wilder wants some of his work, he can definitely get it on ASAP.
Boxingvoice.com.
Hey fellas, how you doing?
Rob, what's up?
Yeah, good. Yeah, Matt, just want to say something. You said that Wilder AJ is the next Canelo Triple G, when we all know that the next Canelo Triple G is Canelo Triple G.
hey, smart ass, Rob. Okay.
No, it's all good. No, what I meant by potentially AJ hate show is, I know a lot of our usual callers call in and they love on Wilder. He's the champ and that, and he's over there in America with you guys. But I agree with was it Larry just now? I think AJ's just trolling. I think this fight's going to happen a lot sooner than everyone thinks. That's just my own opinion, but we've had numerous articles as well over here that AJ said he wants Wilder, Ortiz, and Parker next. So that's at least maybe early 2019, I think, if we're going off maybe 2 fights a year. But I think AJ fights 3 times next year. We get one in the spring, late summer, and then looking sort of November, December time. But yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what Wilder says. I know he's usually got a lot to say, but props to the Boxing Voice getting the WBC heavyweight champion on. It's nice having those contacts, eh?
Well, let's get him on first, right? He says 7:30 was good, and here we are pushing that 8:10 that 8:10 line. But yeah, man, it would be interesting. He was definitely fired up earlier. I wonder if they've tamed him already, calmed him down.
I don't know. It's Wilder. He gets animated. His Instagram rants are legendary at this point.
I think you need a little more views for it to be legendary.
Well, I mean, who else is using Instagram in that way?
Very true.
Am I still on?
Yes, you're still on, Rob.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to say, Matt, that you're saying about this, building numbers in the UK. I think Wilder might have missed a trick as far as building this if it was to be in the UK with not taking the Dillian White fight. I just think there's not enough people in the UK that know Wilder, and I think that's why a lot of people maybe were a little excited that we were going to get Wilder Ortiz on Sky. And I just think he maybe missed a trick when he came over doing commentary or pundit with the AJ Klitschko fight. I just could have made a bit more noise here and just put a bit of profile on himself while he was here. But I think if he'd have taken the Dillian White fight, that would have set this up even more for the AJ fight to get these big numbers. 2 million's a push, I think, in the UK. Maybe AJ's going to get there. He just needs the right dance partner. I think Tyson Fury maybe would do that because he's got obviously huge support here and huge haters here. So people would either tune in to see AJ get beaten by Fury or to see Fury get knocked around the ring and finally maybe shut him up. But I think that would be the bigger fight. But Wilder needs to come across and get some profile on him. I think a bit of shine over in the UK.
I kind of agree, and I also think that I think that AJ does 2 million with Tyson Fury today. I think if you throw a 350-pound Tyson Fury in the ring with AJ tomorrow at Wembley Stadium, it will do 2 million pay-per-view buys in the UK. I think that's almost guaranteed. Wilder, you can argue that it definitely needs at least maybe one fight for Wilder in the UK to get to that point.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. I just think, like I say, Wilder perhaps should have just made a bit of noise when he was here for the Klitschko fight when he was working with Sky. Just because Sky Sports News is a 24-hour channel here, and that would have been running, every hour for the next 2 days. This maybe this brash American heavyweight champion coming over and making all this noise, and it would have been in the people's minds. And then maybe if there was a fight off the back of that with Dillian or whoever, by the time the fight with AJ comes along, you're looking at a big crowd that are wanting to see the UK guy beat the American guy, or whatever, or hey, I like this American guy, he's got some I like what he's about. But I just think he just needs to have got that profile here a bit sooner. But we'll see. Like I say, I think we're going to get the AJ fight sooner than what's being said today.
Sky still has the Wilder fight, right? Now it has Wilder Severn.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that was another thing I wanted to say. If we are looking at 2020, at least we get Wilder Severn trilogy.
Let's not even put that into the universe before it happens.
Hashtag Wilder Severn 3. Okay.
Ness? Oh, I don't know where he's going.
He's trying to find it. We'll just hang out.
Do you think that David Haye will catapult Wilder more into the casual consciousness in the UK fandom than a Dylan White?
Well, I personally think Belly's going to beat David Haye again. So I don't know.
Well, let's say hypothetically David Haye beats Bellew. Let's go along that.
Yeah, I think obviously Haye over someone like a Dillian White, although Dillian White's the younger, perhaps more up and coming star, but Haye's got the bigger name. He's got the bigger following. I think he's over 1 million on his social media and things like that. So he's a much well-known fighter over here, obviously, and I think sort of almost internationally as well. So I think he could carry quite good numbers for maybe a Wilder fight. And yeah, that just catapults Wilder into a bigger numbers with AJ. So yeah, David Haye's probably a good name, but would that fight ever come about? Like you say, hypothetically maybe, but I'm not sure.
Rob, thanks again as always for calling in. So sent another message here to the champ. Let's see what's going on. Jeez Louise. Drop. Oh, is that it? Wait a minute. That might be him right there. Let me just double check that. Or someone from the Bama. Is it him? Nope, that ain't him. That's somebody else from the Bama. Unless I don't know. You want to go to that 205? Let's go to 205. 205, who are you?
Man, what's going on, man? This your boy Bodine. I'm from Tuscaloosa.
Yo, you almost had me fooled when you said this your boy. When you said this your boy, I thought you was this your boy Deontay Wilder, AK Bombs. I was like, ah! But no, it's start over though, because you sound pretty good yourself. Let me hear it.
Yeah, man, this your boy Bodine. I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I live in Birmingham. And I'm here to tell you, man. I'm here to tell you. I look at all these boxing blogs, all these haters from Great Britain, from Europe, and you telling me that it's not gonna be a big fight in 2 years? Man, this is a duck. If he'd a bomb, he hadn't been fighting nobody. Why they won't fight him? They hate on him. They boy from Alabama, that right hand got a lot of power and he ain't playing on everything I know. And I'm coming from Tuscaloosa and I know how he coming.
So how do you pronounce your name?
Bodine.
Oh, Bodine. Matt totally botched that up. Bodine, man, thanks for calling in. We're gonna have the champ on in a bit, real quick, man. Before we go out to some other callers, obviously got a call from my man DJ Hollywood. Everybody remembers him from that New York Appreciation Night. Well, both Appreciation Nights actually in New York. So quick shout out to DJ Hollywood holding it down, the youngest in charge, Sirius XM, New York City, Hot 97, all over the place. Listen, we're going to go back out to some calls. We're going to go out to the UK over here. We got Coach Mitty on the line. Coach, talk to us.
Yo, so what's up? I want to start off by saying that I do believe that the PED allegation are out of pure frustration. There's nothing really to back that up. But as far as fighting in 2020, I don't think it's trolling. Because if you really think about it, I actually think it looks as its career plan, and it's trying to maximize like his legacy, right? So what happens if he fights Wilder next year and he beats Wilder? And we know that the heavyweight division right now is not filled with a lot of big names, right? So, and AJ is only 28. So he beats Wilder at 28. And what does he do for the next 5-6 years, waiting for another big name to come through, waiting for Dubois to become like the next formidable opponent? So I actually don't think it's trolling. I think it's like maybe smart. And I think Wilder needs that fight sooner, to happen sooner than AJ needs it to happen sooner. So it is going to happen. It is going to happen when it makes sense. And it is going to happen when it makes sense for AJ to happen. Because it's not about being scared. None of those heavyweights are scared. Even like the people that are lower ranked, they're not scared. They want to get in there, but they want to get in there for the right reason. They want to get in there for the right money. And, you know, otherwise AJ is going to be fighting what people call so-called bums for another 6-7 years, and it's only going to damage himself. So he might as well hold it out for 2 years, beat Wilder in 2 years' time, and then at that time maybe some of those like heavyweights in the UK that are coming through, like Joe Joyce or will just be coming through, and then you can fight them for big money, you know.
So, Mitty, your problem is with this idea is that if he fights Wilder next year, then he has really no guy to fight next for a foreseeable future, and you don't want him fighting bums for quote unquote bums or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't call them bums, but yeah, that's what people are saying about Wilder right now, right? So Wilder is desperate to fight AJ right now because he's tired of people calling him a bum. Or calling him like someone who's fighting bums, right? So he said, okay, let's do it right now, and the time is right for me. I'm going to make a lot of money because AJ is a cash cow and he's going to bring a lot of money. That's not a problem. I can fight him now. Saying that, Wilder is also young. I think, 32 or something? Heavyweight boxing, those guys can go like way past, like well into their 40s, right? So, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know, but fight him now. If he beats him, what does he do for the next 3-4 years? Right?
He would do the same thing he would do in the next 2 years. He would fight the same people. It would just be after Wilder or before Wilder. It would still be Big Baby Miller. It would still be Dylan White again. It would probably be Tyson Fury, Fury, Joseph Parker.
The difference is that he's coming off of Vladimir Klitschko. You don't fight like big names back after back after back. He's bored himself sometime right now. And career-wise, that's what people do, you know?
But he's not fighting a big name back-to-back. He's fighting Pulev next.
Oh, okay. And, like, Klitschko is not, like, a big name? That's what I'm saying. A heavyweight...
I'm saying that's a big name, but he's not fighting big name back-to-back.
A heavyweight can afford to fight one big name every year and a half or so. That's what it is.
So who's his big name in the next 2 years? We need two big names for him to fight until Wilder. So who are those two big names?
As boxing fans, what do we want as boxing fans? Like, we are fans, obviously. We're greedy. We want everything right now. And then once it's done, what do? We just sit.
No, I'm not necessarily disputing with that idea, Mitty, that boxing fans are very give me right now attitude.
You
But Mitty, listen to me. Give me those names. Give me the schedule of AJ and Wilder for the next 2 years. That would be okay.
Issues, right? Because he has those issues right now. He's fighting Stevens. People are unhappy. They say, "Oh, you already fought Steven. That's another bum." Especially the UK guys will just say that. Oh, and no one is going to be happy with any of Wilder opponent except if it's an Ortiz, maybe, but if it's not an Ortiz or if it's not AJ, people are going to be unhappy with Wilder. So the guy is, no win.
What about for AJ? Will fans not care?
AJ can afford to have those guys. AJ has names in the UK.
So why can't he afford to face those guys after he beats Wilder next year?
He can, because exactly what I told you. He will do that, but I'm not looking at it like in a 1 year or 2 year time frame. I'm looking at it for a 4 year time frame. What is he gonna do for 4 years, man? Right? Whereas if he does that like in 2 years' time, he's spacing it out. He's buying himself another year and a half. Hey guys, I just fought Klitschko, like in 2016. Give me a break. Towards the end of 2017, I fight like a half average name, and then in 2000,
give me a name.
In 2019, I can fight Wilder and buy myself another 2 years. Then by that time, you might have like an Anthony Dubois that is coming through, and that may have built his resume a bit better. And that's like another big fight for him,
True. I've been listening in the back, and I'm telling you, I could see the milking route, man. It's what we know in boxing. You gotta milk it sometimes, man. Especially when you're a commodity like AJ.
And there are enough names in the heavyweight picture where you can milk it for at least 2 to 3 years. You can, theoretically.
And he could, right? Because it's like the resume.
Yeah, Joshua can. Wilder can't, but Joshua can.
Yeah, because he snuck in that Klitschko fight. Now the Pulev is gonna strengthen everything else. It's gonna be like, pulling the seams tighter with every other fight on top of that. Now that he has the Klitschko fight. Listen, Mitty, let me get to some other callers. Listen, the last thing I'm gonna do, Matt, is we're gonna give it a couple of more minutes because I thought to myself, Tuscaloosa's 1 hour behind, right?
Yes.
So maybe that's our last hope. I told him 7:30, and it's still not 7:30 over there. I don't know, but isn't 2:05? Oh, he's gone 2:05, so we could have asked him. But yeah, I have no clue. Maybe that gym session went longer than normal. Again, I have no clue. Or the industry is all I can think, because again, he was very. I expressed to you how I was in the gym when I received and I'm like, oh, it was like a whirlwind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe they conned him. And then you see he took to social media. He couldn't wait. So I don't know, maybe the industry, as we call them now. Let's go out to David Beanie in the UK. Talk to me, David.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to add, well, I think if you take that AJ quote, the 2020 quote in isolation, then it kind of does sound like he's stuck in. But I just think if you listen to everything AJ said over the past 3 months since the Klitschko fight, he's very much all about legacy and breaking down barriers and setting new benchmarks. So I think like AJ sees that Wilder fight as like breaking the attendance record in the US, and obviously selling out a massive stadium and maybe even if we think about it, if Wilder could get to build his profile up to a level, that Wilder Joshua fight could be at minimum the best-selling pay-per-view in the US for a heavyweight fight, and maybe, I mean, it's probably not going to touch Mayweather's records. Maybe a rematch could, but I think AJ sees it as kind of like, breaking records is kind of what's his kind of next goal. Just beating Wilder and just, selling out. I don't know, the Barclays Arena big enough, or he has ambitions beyond that. If you see what I'm saying, I don't know what you guys think about that.
So you think his ambitions to break U.S. pay-per-view records for a heavyweight fight, right? That's what you said?
Well, yeah, I think not just having Wilder on his record isn't enough. He wants to do it on the biggest stage possible. And obviously, create the biggest legacy possible. And he wants to go down as a heavyweight great, and therefore, he wants to be mainstream in the US and have as many eyeballs on that fight as possible. Obviously, makes the money aspect of it as well helps out as well. But I think if Wilder has, I don't know, looks great in his next 2 fights, then I think that could easily happen in mid to late 2018. But if obviously maybe he doesn't look that great, I think once Wilder looks great, all of a sudden the hype train will just pick up, and I think that fight will happen pretty quickly. But until Wilder really kind of has that fight to really put him, into where more of a mainstream talk, where I don't know, talks about on ESPN or whatever, then I don't think until he has that performance that everyone's going to talk about. Oh, we've got to see that AJ Wilder fight now. Whereas, especially in the UK, AJ just doesn't need Wilder. He really doesn't. If Hay looks good beating Bellew, that fight will be easy. Get the Sky Sports hype train will pick up on that, and it would be easy fight. And that'll probably do, that'll do more numbers than Klitschko, Joshua in the UK, I would say. Because David Hayes is still a pretty big name here, and if he looks good against Bellew, that fight will be easy. So easy to make. So that's why I don't know what you guys think about that.
I agree, man. I agree. That's why I was always an advocate for the Dillian White fight when it was offered in the UK.
But just I don't understand. But why doesn't I don't understand why? I think is it just Deontay's frustration? Why doesn't Deontay want the AJ fight to be as big as it can possibly be as well? I don't understand. Does he not understand that if he could just have 1 or 2 fights where he could really elevate his profile in the US?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, who's really gonna elevate the profile? If he beats Dillian White, you know what people are gonna
And very quickly, you mentioned that record. Hold on. You mentioned that record for U.S. a heavyweight fight on U.S. pay-per-view. That's Tyson Lennox Lewis. That's that fight, and that did over 2 million pay-per-view buys in the U.S.
Yep.
I don't know if in 2 fights Wilder can elevate his profile that much. I don't know if Joshua in 2 fights can elevate his profile in the U.S. that much.
Yeah, no one knows.
Triple G didn't do 2. Canelo Triple G didn't do 2 million. Think about that. Canelo Triple G, 2 guys that fought in the U.S.
Heavyweight. This is heavyweights, and they both
it is heavyweight.
Obviously, AJ and Wilder.
Mayweather McGregor were a guy that's never boxed before and a welterweight. So it doesn't matter the size. It's about stardom.
No. It matters the size, man. It matters the size. I know that the casual fans come out for the heavyweights, Matt. You know that. Stop it. Heavyweights always attract attention.
Then why haven't they come out for Wilder?
Who?
The fans.
Dude, he does over 600 with people that we never heard of. We still don't know how to pronounce Duapai's name. I can't spell Stavern's name. I gotta Google it all wrong and let him spell it for me. What the fuck?
Overdo 600 what?
When he can fight somebody that maybe his profile will raise,
That's true. But I'm saying just because you're a heavyweight doesn't automatically mean you're a star.
But the numbers indicate that. He hasn't fought anyone and over 600,000 on average come out. What are you talking about? You ain't seeing no other regular division dude doing that.
600 what? What are you talking about? Viewers? 600,000 viewers? On Showtime, right? On Showtime.
Yeah. Okay. He always does between 6 and $1 million. Yeah. Not as much as $1 million, but between 6 and $1 million,
Yeah, I don't think anyone really gets $1 million on Showtime. So,
well, and that's versus guys again. Like I'm saying, we have to stress that. It's versus guys we never Duapai. We met him through Wilder.
Hold up. Again, we're talking about 600,000 views on Showtime. I'm talking about 2 million pay-per-view buys. That level of difference is very.
But I'm not comparing that. What I'm saying is
David Beanie was. I'm answering his question. That's my point.
Can I jump into it, guys?
Yeah.
I'm saying though, but Matt, if he actually had a dance partner, let's say he had a Parker Unification Wilder. Parker Unification.
Yeah, but Parker's ducking too, man. Parker's ducking too. Parker was invited to the Gerald Washington fight, and they were supposed to announce the fight in the ring, and that didn't happen because Huey Fury made more financial sense. It's gonna happen like that, man. And listen, like you said, I love what you said. Not love, right? Because I want Wilder to get the fight too, but from a promoter, a business standpoint, if David Haye beats Bellew, oh my God, if I'm Eddie Hearn, bro, I'm in a tub full of money. Because he already does business with David Haye. His last 2 fights, David Haye's been with Eddie Hearn, you know what I mean? All they got to do is do a ring star, David Haye Promotions, co-promotion with Joshua, and it's over. Another big fight in the UK. And like you said, David Haye is a way bigger name, you know, than half the people Joshua has faced. But anyway, Beanie, let me get to some other callers, brother. I'm gonna go out to who we got? Info Josie.
Yes, we do.
When are you gonna tell me that we got Deontay Wilder? How you make us look bad? We got egg all on the face today.
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell them the truth, yo. Tell them the truth.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my
Tell them the
brother.
truth, yo. Tell them the truth.
So you ain't gonna bring your own boy on, huh?
I thought you were gonna bring him on. I'm sorry. I will bring him on right now.
Drop the ball.
I got it. Joe, what's up?
Hey, what's up, my boxing brothers? Yo, I understand what Mitty was saying. He does make some good points, but I do believe 2 years is too long, and I do think they have enough heavyweights to circulate. So he was saying that who does he fight? It's some up and coming guys, and I think there's enough heavyweights to circulate. Also, I do think that if they did fight next year, it'd still do $2 million. Anytime you got two giants, it's a big attraction. And I think Wilder has a big enough name. People know him in the UK as of now. Also, I do think the heavyweight division is like the welterweight division. It's top heavy. Can you imagine if Keith Thurman would say, I wouldn't fight Spence for 2 years? Man, the phones would be fucking ringing off the hook trying to kill him through the fucking internet if they could.
That is a great point. That is absolutely true. But I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what, Info Joe. It's actually true and absolutely wrong, because think about it like this. In the same division, there was another little darling heavyweight that no matter what, he could do no wrong, and his name was Kell Brook. And look how long it took him.
True.
Look how long it took him to get in there with somebody that we deemed, worthy outside of Porter.
But that was Porter.
Yeah, but still at the same time, look at for that time, look at Canelo. If he would come out and say, I'm not gonna fight Triple G for 2 years, we go after his head. I don't think AJ is scared. I think they are trying to milk it for more money, but at the same time, I don't think that it's to a point where if he beats Wilder next year, he said he won't have nobody else to fight to test him. There's some other guys out there, man, that are coming up, and I think they'll give him a test, though. But that's my call. Peace, brothers. Good show.
All right, brother. Now, there's definitely some heavyweights. Listen, Zilly Zhang Bang, Southpaw, 6'6", strong dude. I'm watching him closely in the gym. 18-0 already, Rock Nation, fighting like every month. So he's going to be in someone's sanctioning body very soon. Not to say that he's going to be the takeover division, but then you got Daniel Dubois, you got that guy, Joe Joyce, there's a couple of other ones. Look, Andy Ruiz somehow is at number 5 in the WBC. Like, things are still moving, even though Andy hasn't fought. Can you believe that? He hasn't fought since losing to Joseph Parker, and he got ranked high before. Let's go out to Muhammad, and I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that Wilder frees up. Muhammad, what's up? West Africa, talk to me.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Listen, I like both Joshua and Wilder. I understand Joshua, he doesn't want to run the risk of getting knocked out cold by Wilder, because that would look very bad, and he's not going to do the same business afterwards. That's what it is. He doesn't he doesn't want to take the risk of getting hit by that right hand, because Wilder has that knockout power in one hand. So I respect that. It makes business sense. If I was his promoter, I would go the same route. But don't talk about legacy, and most important, give Wilder a break, because half the people are taking PEDs to fight him and half the people are ducking him. Parker, all these people are ducking him. So give him a break. All Wilder has to do is keep winning, and the pressure is going to mount just like Rigo Lomachenko is going to end up, happening. If they do it next year, I mean, I would have thought they would do it in November next year. That would be great. Couple of fights each. And Wilder is already known in the UK. Them knockout highlights have been seen by millions of people. So, I mean, I respect what Eddie Hearn is doing, but don't talk to me about no legacy. Bottom line, Joshua is scared of Wilder, and he doesn't feel he can beat him right now. So he wants him to get older or whatever. And that's my call.
Muhammad, thanks for calling in. Miss you, brother. I'm over here treating Coach Mitty like royalty.
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
I know. All right, brother. Let me get to who do we got? We went to I don't know, man. Damn. No, we got to go back to but we're gonna go to J Will in Ohio. What up?
What's up? You should lie low. Killer. I used to get it in Ohio.
What up, man? This interview, dog, it was crazy. Hey. I think that I think that Anthony Joshua's just doing the same thing your boy's doing. Danny Garcia. Once they get the belt, they play dodge. They play dodgeball. They get a belt, they play dodgeball. I think that type shit is. I mean, it's doing the sport bad. I mean, it's the only thing you want to do is get a belt, sit back and pick off all the bums in the division first, and then start fighting people we want you to fight 2 or 3 years from now. People just lose interest in the sport. They lose interest in your career, and your sales start to go down. So I just think that once Anthony Joshua steps up to the plate to fight Deontay Wilder, I think it's going to do a lot of good for boxing. But other than that, man, just tell him don't take any more pages out of Danny Garcia's book, man. Tell him to be his own man. That's my call.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, Jay. Will, going out to Class and Bound in Texas. Talk to us.
Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, man. So, is this all that talk about that video I mentioned yesterday?
Yep.
Okay, cool beans. So basically, 2 years. Listen, man, Wilder is officially in a no-win position anymore. Like anything you've had, any criticisms, and I've had criticisms of him, you can't have anything else to say anymore. Parker doesn't want the fight. Joshua doesn't want the fight. Tyson Fury still has the lineal title. I don't know why if he's not even fighting. It's just like all Wilder's going to do is fight people's leftovers, and then like he'll get no credit for it. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to wait 2 years. I'm already upset that Stavern Wilder 2 is happening. Stavern hasn't earned another shot. He hasn't beaten anyone. Like that's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like at some point, somebody's got to step in and say, you know what? Like Wilder needs a big fight. Ortiz was supposed to be that big fight, and he became a chump after that. After the blood pressure medication. Like I'm so done, dude. Like Wilder at this point, I wouldn't be mad if he got frustrated enough to just stop doing this, because I mean at this point, what is he supposed to do, Ness? Like if he fights David Haye, you know how this is going to go. David Haye, if he beats Bellew, that's not even a guarantee. If he beats Bellew, and then Wilder snatches him like I expect him to, because I've been telling you guys that David Haye is nobody, that he'll get no credit for it. We're just going to build up some overhyped selling point that Wilder is still nobody, and I mean it is what it is, you know.
Definitely agree, man. Definitely agree. There's an article that just got released, Matt, where Steven Espinoza, the head of Showtime Sports Boxing, explains his decision on going with Wilder. And it's so funny because it's pretty much the exact reason I gave that he wouldn't take it. Like, remember, I was like, why does he care? It's a business to him. You know, it's not his fault. And he said everything opposite to that. He says a lot of times, you know, they ask things of fighters. So, you know, they chose to stay behind him. And that's their reasons for airing Stavern on Showtime. He says, and I quote, "It felt like the right thing to do was to support him. It may not have been the opponent that we wanted ideally, but it's still a credible fight and an important fight in his career." It is an important fight because he fucking loses this and then it's over. AJ's really out the window. Listen, I guess he's busy. We look like
huh?
Want to
go to me?
Yeah, go. You just gonna go silent?
I'm gonna go to him.
I mean, you're not gonna say
Nah.
You're not gonna say like Trenton, New Jersey. I mean, not.
Well, you said it before I went to him. Now we're at him. I mean,
whatever.
what is up?
Massive silence there, like just killing poor. I mean, you ready this time?
Yeah. Sorry about that, fellas. Look, I think it's enough fights, man, because I don't know if anybody brought him up, but what about Big Baby Miller? I think that if Wilder and I wanted somebody to ask him, and maybe y'all could tell me, what is his opposition with fighting Dillian White? I think Dillian White is a quality fight. It's good for the build up to a fight with Joshua, and it'll keep you busy. And say Joshua faces Parker and gets the belt over there, then it makes it a better fight. 2020 or 2018? What do you say? 2020, Joshua?
Yeah, 2020.
That he wouldn't fight Wilder too? Yeah, now 2020 was a little outrageous. Unless they, I mean, I say the end of, damn, 2020 is a long time, fellas. I don't know. I think there's, at least 2 fights for Wilder before he gets to Joshua.
What are those 2?
I mean, obviously he's got to fight Stavern,
so
and then White.
So you
if he fights Stavern and White,
I wouldn't count Stavern. It's a mandatory.
Go ahead, Ness. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't count Stavern. It's mandatory.
Well, who else is he going to fight? He can't fight. Nobody else will fight him.
Big Baby Miller.
Well, Big Baby's on HBO now.
Well, so again,
are we acting like that can happen though?
But Big Baby Miller, is it? I think they find a way to make that happen for either of those guys.
I guess it could, though. I mean, they haven't mentioned that Miller has a contract with HBO. Maybe he's just over there raising that profile.
But they also haven't mentioned that Deontay Wilder has a contract with Showtime.
Yeah, but Espinoza just came out and said that he's backing him. Come on.
Yo, but if I'm Wilder and I'm making the biggest money for the biggest fight, where is that at? If that's Big Baby Miller, I'm going to HBO if that's what it needs to take. If I'm Wilder, I have to hunt for everyone now. You have to do that.
I hear you. I mean, thanks for calling in. As always, we're going to round it up with Scorsese. Talk to me.
Yo. One caller called in and said everything I said the other day, man. Like he was talking about Daniel Dubois coming up. The kid, the other Olympian coming up. They already showed off, I believe, in the no, they didn't. But Joe Joyce had that hype around him for something in the super heavyweight division. Man, you talking about new names. David Hay, I didn't even think about him. A Bellew fight. He got so much money he can make and make the Wilder fight even bigger. If Wilder just get on his shit. Now, I'm not feeling sorry for Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder let a legend, the only legend left at the heavyweight division, retire without feeling his hands. He never had to go for the Sophia route. He never had to jump in the Sophia rankings. He could have jumped in the WBA, IBF, WBO. That guarantees you. Matter of fact, if Joshua ducking you so hard, Sophia ain't did shit for you. You know what you should do?
Wait a minute. Because no, you see, you know, boxing fans have short-term memory. He went for the WBC rankings because Vitali was he was the legitimate heavyweight. Remember, the brother Vladimir back then, let's be honest, the brother back then was the one getting knocked out, was the one rebuilding his career, and Vitali, Come on, don't act like Vitaly wasn't the fucking tough one, man. When you started watching boxing.
No. Your timeline is off, bro. Like Wilder could have been in any of these rankings. He's the last champion.
Yo, what do you mean my timeline is off? Remember, Vitaly. No. Vitaly vacated.
Lineal champion. And
yo, how did Stavern get the belt? Because Vitaly vacated.
They fought Areola.
No, they fought Areola twice. That gives you time. Wilder didn't just get that fight right. Yeah, he got that mandatory spot right after that fight. Stavern got no voluntaries, but that still doesn't say, yo, I have to go for a title, just some strap. You could have been the mandatory.
Listen, I'm just saying, don't act like he didn't have a plan and there wasn't a plan.
But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So let me tell you what he could do now, since he's so ducked now. And since his fans want to push this agenda on a guy who has 18 fights before the legend, when Wilder has 40 and didn't, do this, Deontay. Take Sophia that don't do nothing for you. Sophia don't give you nothing but a bunch of drug cheats. She bring a bunch of crackheads in your house, right? She fucking them on the side, right? Drop that bitch. So now what you do is go get ranked in the WBA.
He dropped off. I hear where he's going. He'll call back in. I hear where he's going. And I guess if you're a guy like Wilder, your profile's big enough that you don't need the belt. Or is it?
I don't know.
Can you vacate that title? I mean, it's gonna be it'll be a 2-year route, right? How long do you think, honestly? At least 12 months. If he drops that belt, at least 12 months before he becomes any other sanctioning body's mandatory. Easily 12 months. And I mean, look at relative stars on his level. Sean Porter. Wait. Damn. If he would have fought Klitschko, no, I mean, if he would have fought Lewis, all right, so does Lewis drop in his WBA rankings? Because remember, Lewis is the mandatory in the WBA for Joshua.
Not yet.
Because he could fight the next. He could drop his belt, fight the next, and get ranked. Lewis is obviously going to be out. I'm sure Mendoza is going to do some sort of secondary drug testing now because he already popped for the WBA once.
Yes. I don't expect Luis Ortiz to be a mandatory to anyone in the next 12 months.
Exactly. So maybe that WBA route is the right route because that's the next mandatory position available for Joshua.
But it's also it's also the sanctioning body that really doesn't enforce mandatories.
Exactly.
IBF does.
No, but that's the thing. If you go into the situation, you know this is all politics. It's not like Suleiman's not accessible, Mendoza's not accessible. All these people in these sanctions are accessible. You telling me that before Wilder and Team Heyman decide they're gonna drop this belt, they ain't gonna have a fucking dinner and say, "Hey, what's up? We ready to fight for your sanctioning? Who you got? Who could you line up? I want to make sure it's a mandatory position." Come on, you know that's how it works. That's how it works. Charlo came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he's ranked at WBC as the mandatory for an eliminator or some bullshit. Get out of here, bro. You know that's how it works. Politics. But listen, Scorsese didn't call back in. We're going to Mighty Sway. Talk to us.
Boom squad. Hey Nas, where Wilder at?
He left me flat, bro.
Damn.
No text, no nothing, man.
Man, I'm out here Ubering right now, and yeah, all the riders they're all listening to TBV, and now we got no Wilder.
Yo, give me your Uber code, man. We gonna hook you up. Don't you got a code or something that we could shout out and people could find you and
Nah, I'm a driver, but I don't have a code. I don't know what it is.
You suck though. You need to get that right, man.
Hey,
we could give you some shout outs.
So do you think now the AJ and Wilder is gonna happen? Because all these fights are fucking up right now. So they're setting it up for next year.
I still believe in 2018.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's still good, but it'll have to happen in the UK because Wilder doesn't bring anything over here.
According to you, but I'm just optimistic.
Oh, all right, man. That's my call.
Yo, man, get that Uber code ready, man, so we could be like, yo, ride with Mighty Sway from TBV right here. Know what I'm saying? We got to everybody except Wilder. Could you believe it? I can't believe it. I hope everything is okay. That's how I should think. It shouldn't be a me thing. It should be first. That's how you should treat your friends, Matt. You don't right away jump and assume the worst. Make sure things are okay before you start feeling bad about Wilder not showing up.
The way I look at it, this is show business. Like, this happens.
There's some fuck shit going on.
You ain't lying about that.
You're right. You're right. Damn right.
Anyway, final thoughts. Final thoughts. Look both ways before crossing the street.
Don't do drugs.
Remember that celebrities are busy. Don't drink and drive. Right? What else, Matt?
Wear a condom.
Wear a condom. Oh, man. Keep your hands up. Oh, shit. Oh, he just got done sparring. Now he texts me. Can you believe it?
I can't believe that, actually. That's TBV life right there.
I'm sticking around. I'm about to turn the music. Turn off the music.
There's some fuck shit going on.
You ain't lying. He just got done sparring. Damn. I mean, yo, it's late, man. We could do it another day. You want? Because being honest, just got done sparring. He probably sitting on the edge of the fucking ring right now, sweaty. Got that helmet that he be wearing to cool off. He ain't ready to go live.
Ness, it's up to you. He's your man's. Like,
but I'm asking my man's advice. Live, overdrives, overtime style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Overdrive. You know.
Yeah, shout out to overtime. We on episode what, 22?
We're on episode 23 now. Which
23. No. We have to air 23. We aired episode 22.
You said what episode are we on? That means what currently are we on? We would be on 23.
Yeah, we're currently on 22 because we haven't done 23.
Okay, anyways, digressing. I forgot what your initial question was.
My initial question is, should I text him back? So what you saying? You coming on? Or
ask him
next time?
Ask him. Do you want to come on, or do you want to come on another time? Maybe that's perfectly fine. It happens. Georgie Porgy is saying we want to wait. So glad that he
I just said
a loyal fan.
Let's see. Georgie Porgy in the place to be. Chilling over here with TBV. Any news out there? Joshua? Other than Joshua Decker? Yo, Joshua gonna meet me for the first time and probably swing on me like, yo, you Deontay Wilder's fucking friend, right? Left hook and shit.
One of he just doesn't know you.
Doubt it. That the lie detector proved that was a lie.
Yo, it's definitely so sensitive. Big news. Big news came out.
What's
my
that?
boy, my man's
Who?
Inoue is not going to be on the next Superfly card. I think Tom Lawfer doesn't want to do business with him. I'm very hurt. Very hurt.
Yeah, because they don't need him anymore. Now they got to do business with Eddie Hearn, and he's bringing Yafe. Hit me back. We got the 3 little iPhone bubbles. You ain't got an iPhone. Step your game up, you droids. Oh, he says sure. All right, let me see. I'll call him. I'll call you. And
this is great live radio.
You.
This is riveting. Howard Stern style.
Yeah, bro, because this is you only get this shit with TBV, bro. It's like fucking right here, live in your face, uncut.
What other YouTube show has a champion calling into their show after Spawn?
Right after Spawn.
To discuss arguably the biggest star in boxing.
Biggest star in boxing. Whoa. Where's my backspin at? I gotta find that. I gotta know where that's at on point. I know I used it yesterday, but I gotta know where it's at on all the time, so I could be like, what? Big what?
Arguably.
Yo, somebody.
Yo, Canelo didn't do 2 million. He did 1.3.
Tell this boy about
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yo, let me first of all, let me tell you something. First of all, because we're supposed to be calling him Wilder, but I'm gonna just say this. You can't say Canelo didn't do 2 million because listen.
You can't say he did.
Listen, exactly. So Dan Rayfield reporting that it was 2, then Pugmire reporting that it was 1.3, and then Golden Boy reporting that everybody is wrong and it's not really out yet. We don't know who to believe. So for you to
come on, Golden Boy is going to say that. Who cares? Who cares what Golden Boy says in that? If they're not telling us a number, and even then,
I care.
When Golden Boy tells us a number, I won't believe it.
I care about Golden Boy. I care.
I don't care about their statements when it comes to their pay-per-view numbers and when they don't give out numbers.
Let me do this.
Yeah. You call him. I'll make the argument that Anthony Joshua is a bigger star than Canelo.
That's a good question. Hold on.
You could definitely see that, like, worldwide, Joshua might have a bigger pull. UK and all of Europe, he could potentially be a star in that entire continent. And that continent has 800 million people compared to the U.S., which has 300 million people. And I forget what the population of Mexico is. But, I just think that it's either Canelo or Joshua. Canelo's numbers in Mexico are off the charts. Let's all be honest about that. But that's because he's been fighting there since he was 25 years old. Not 25, 15 years old. So that's been 12 years of being on TV, basically, in front of the Mexican audience. So he is the guy there. So it's either Joshua or Canelo, but I can see Joshua being bigger, especially in the next year and a half, if he capitalizes on the Klitschko win. But Deontay Wilder could easily come in and ruin that.
What happened?
All right, we're live, Matt. You didn't know, but I'm merging the champ right now. And he's just getting out of sparring, as we were telling everyone. We're live with Deontay Wilder, the Bomb Squad himself. So, Bronze Bomber, talk to us, man. I know you were a bit upset, taken back by the news. Anthony Joshua's new quotes out here, and I'm going to use some air quotes. He's saying Wilder, when the fight time is right, is when it's going to happen, or he's either saying 2018, 2020. I mean, how are you receiving this news?
Man, I woke up this morning, man. I had people sending me articles and stuff like that, and I read it myself, and to hear the language and the way he's talking, man, it's just I don't know. It's just sad, man. Because so many people are looking forward to this amazing fight, man. This is, man, we can stop the world for a minute. For everybody looking for this fight. After the Ortiz fight, we would have had this fight next. That what Eddie was talking about and all this, and all of a sudden, I'm hearing a sudden change in his voice, talking about he's not ready. Maybe 2000. It could be later in 2020. Who knows, man? But it's just sad. Maybe I don't know, man. It's just crazy. All these guys getting caught for PEDs, and most of the people blaming me because a grown man action. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I can't control. I don't tell these guys to take this stuff. I can't make these guys take this stuff. Nobody wants to fight, and that's why I say I am the most feared heavyweight in the boxing. None of these champions want to fight. None of these guys want to lose their zeros and stuff like that. I just want to prove myself. I want to prove to the world, to the fans, that I am the best. But I can't do that when these guys don't want to fight me. Each and every time, man. I think a lot of guys have got fooled when Ortiz failed the drug test. So I think it was better than knocking him out. Because now they can't say, well, at least he got in the ring. He didn't even attempt to even get in the ring. And it's just sad, man. It's sad, man. And it's just, I don't know what man, it's crazy. I can't prove myself, man. If I can't prove myself, then what the fuck else to do?
Well, we have a few suggestions, not our own. Obviously, it's a big show. A lot of people put comments. People are saying maybe if you drop that belt and went into the sanctioning body in which the fighter you want is ranked. Maybe if it's Joseph, get ranked by the WBO. If it's Anthony, get ranked by the IBF and the WBA, since in the WBC, the highest name that, you thought you were going to be able to prove yourself with, Luis Ortiz, ended up, whatever happened, and now you can't get that big fight you wanted. How else do you get at these guys if not being their mandatory, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That could be an option, but I'm just not looking to lose my title. I'm just not, man. I know this is what I want. I want to unify, and even when I do that, I think it's gonna be something else, because this belt is not holding them back from fighting me. It ain't the belt. It's me, the man. You know what I'm saying? Because if I lose this belt, I'm still gonna have the same skill, the same mindset.
and the same power. The belt don't make me who I am. It's not. It don't make me have awkward style. It don't make me be tall. It don't make me have explosive power. So even if I drop this belt and get raked in that sanction, what's going to be the difference? I'm just going to be Deontay Wilder without a title.
Again, suggestions from the listeners. Matt, what else did we hear? Because they have all these blue. They say, oh, Dillian White was the other option.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to fight, Dillian White,
God.
raise
Come on,
his
man.
profile in the United Kingdom so that Anthony Joshua does want to fight him. So that fight is big.
Look. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm not caring to raise my stocks in the UK. I don't care about that. Joshua come to America, he can walk all over the world. They don't know Joshua like that here. And this is I'm trying to explain to these UK fans. UK is only the size of Texas. Here it's a bigger market. It's bigger here. It's stuff like that. If you want to make your name, you must do it in America. It's all good and dandy to have a country behind you where you is, but when you come to this part of the world, it's totally different. It's totally different. Dylan White, let's have a laugh, shall we? Why would I fight a Dylan White? I'm trying to fight the motherfucker that knocked him out. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? Dylan White is just somebody that these UK fans want to compare me to Joshua because they know what's going to happen. They want to see the comparison. Is this man really what he is? I want to compare, can he knock him out faster than what Joshua did? In a different fashion than he did. I already know what they're trying to do with this Dylan White thing, and it ain't going to work because Dylan White, let's face it, let's be real. Dylan White is going to be the same caliber of these fighters that I've already fought. I already know it's going to be said. I already know. So why waste my time with a Dylan White? I want the guy that knocked Dylan White out. That's who I want.
Now, Joseph Parker, then, maybe you having 2 titles in the division will entice Anthony Joshua to come after the rest of the titles in the division. Now, I know that Joseph was once at the Gerald Washington fight. There were rumors that you were gonna have a unification with him. What's the issue with getting Joseph in the ring?
Man, Joseph running like he ain't never ran before, man. You can't even keep up with him. He's trying to fight all the second-tier fighters now. The thing about it, I'm gonna have to stop having these fighters come to my fight. All these champions can't come to my fight, and because when they do, they get firsthand of what I'm capable of doing. It's easy to see me on TV and stuff, but when I come in person, it's just my demeanor, my presence about myself. I'm real, and what I say is real. I don't say things just to say it for the media or just to make myself look good or sound good. I say it because I really feel it. I'm the realest champion in this division. I keep saying it, man. I can't express it enough. And for Parker, come on, man. Parker ain't trying to fight nobody. They came. I don't even know why they came to my fight. I don't even know why. Because they had a big talk, good game. Oh, we want to fight the best. We looking to fight you and all this. And you ain't heard these guys speak my name since I'd have knocked them out, because that's what I do, man. Joseph Parker is the weakest champion in the division. He's the weakest champion. Everybody knows it. We don't even hear about Parker. Everybody give him a pass. He needs time. He's a fucking champion. As a champion, you got a target on your back. When you have a target on your back, you must stay ready. You must be prepared and ready at all times. It ain't no babysitting when you're the champion. It's not no babysitting. It ain't no such thing as developing and giving time. Because when you become a champion, all that goes out the window. Now you have enough time as a contender to have time to build experience, to build your record, to build whatever you need to build as a contender. But once you become a champion, that's when all that goes out the window, baby. That's when you must stay ready, because there's always that hungry person that's looking up. There's always that little fish that want to take that shark out and try to and do it any kind of way as possible. So I don't want to hear the excuse that people give Parker, oh, he needs time to develop and stuff like that. No. He is a champion. He is among the elite. So you must stay ready. I just want the best. I want the best of the division. I want it so bad. I want it now. Since I'm the one ducking, since I'm the one that's being blamed for all these guys taking these PEDs, here I am. I've called everybody out. I've called all the champions. I've called all the ones that got the top fighters. I ain't talking about no Dylan Whites and no Millers and please don't mention no Briggs, all that stuff. I'm not talking about these guys. These guys ain't gonna give me no credibility. People knows it. They can stop it. They can just stop it. Stop it, please. I don't want to entertain that talk. I want the best. I want the best. And if Joshua is the best, that's who I want. Ortiz, so-called the boogeyman of the best, that's who I picked. I took out Anthony Joshua trash. At least I tried to. I had the shit bagged. At least I was walking to the garbage can. But shit, what happened? The motherfucker escaped like a raccoon.
So, I guess, what about, I mean, because these guys, they test positive, right? Are you going to entertain fights with them again if they're still fighting? Because, I mean, these same names get recycled and go back up the rankings. Like, if you look at certain rankings, guys like Charles Martin are there. So I only say that to say this. Alexander Povetkin is slowly moving back up into the rankings. Is that something that you would entertain? Because you're saying you only want the best, and we only know Anthony Joshua and yourself and Luis Ortiz to be the best. So what else is the best in your eyes? Like, who's next if not Luis Ortiz?
Hey, I'm like this. I mean, when I see Povetkin moving back up, which is fine. I don't care if he move back up and get into position. I would love to still finish it off. I still got animosity towards the situation that he put me through. I traveled so far. I lost a lot of money. So somebody got to pay for that. I ain't even talk about the money I won, but he got to pay for this physically. And I would love to fight Povetkin again. I would love to. So let him move up. All these guys testing positive and pop, of course they're going to move up because the heavyweight division is small. It ain't nobody left. It's small. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very small. So with it being small, the best I want to fight the best in this division. It's proven. It's proven. I'm willing to put my belt on the line. I'm willing to put my record on the line so bad. I just need somebody to be here and be able to willing to do the same thing with me. I'm not that scary. Since I've been fighting bums, since I ain't been doing nothing, then why won't these guys fight then? It's easy. It's easy to be made with me. I'm only a call away. I want to unify. And once I unify, I can take the second tier fighters. I can take in all of them. I can have mandatories from all the sanctions. Because that's what's going to happen. If they want to put me 30 days fighting, let's do it. Shit, you can give me 2 weeks. I'm a fighter. That's what I do. Nobody's never seen this type of fighter of me before, ever. Ever. I'm willing to do whatever. I'm the only fighter you know will come into a fight injured with third-degree burns. I'm the only fighter you know will fight you with a broken hand, with a hurt eye, with a torn biceps, and still knock your ass out with that same arm. When fighters see this, they know. Fans can only say so much because guess what? You can talk that shit on the outside of the ring because you don't have to feel the pain that's going to be endured inside of it. So you can talk, but only thing you can do, you can make it worse for that fighter. That fighter had to get in there. So if he believes the shit that's coming out these people's mouths and they get up in there, then I'm going to show him. I just want to show. I'm tired of talking because I know I'm a talk my talk and walk my walk like I always say. I'm very confident. I'm super confident. I'm one of the most confident heavyweights in this division. And these guys knows this. They knows this. I ain't worrying about no Staverns or no Dylan Whites of the world. Or the Millers. That's easy. Easy. Oh, just take the payday. Fuck that. Now you just want me to fight for the money, basically. That's all you want to. You'll fight for the. I ain't studying that shit. I'm building my legacy. I want who y'all think is the best. And if they the best, that's who I want. Povetkin them come up, hey, let them come. I know the game. I know how it is. It is what it is, man. Hopefully the second time around they learned their lesson the first time. But as you can see, these motherfuckers still continue to take them and take them and take them. I mean, you know, shit. After a while, they're gonna have to start saying jail time, and then let's see where they get the shit right. If it's jail time for them, because that should be the next step. We should enforce something even stronger for these guys. Why you got to take this shit, man? Why? Why? Will you feel better, man, when you take this and if you win, I won, I'm a champion. But you know, when you look in the mirror, when you look at the man in the mirror, you knew you took these pills, this bottle of pills that's sitting beside you on the counter on your bathroom. And you say, yeah, you won, but you cheated. I guess they feel good about themselves because they'll have a little money. They'll have a little fame. They'll be knowledgeable about people. When people see them, hey, champ. Nobody really know the truth. But I love being called the champ. I guess that's the satisfaction that they get. I'm building my legacy, guys. I'm building it, and I'm willing to put my oath. I'm willing to put the belt up with the best. I've been calling them out. I've had bad luck in this sport. Nobody wants to fight. The best don't want to fight. So we'll see, man. It's sad, and then it disappoints me to hear Joshua with this term of talk. This term, I'm not Wilder and have more experience. Man, fuck that. You are a champion. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Because if not, then why the fuck you done fought the Martins? You didn't say that when you fought Klitschko's or anybody else. Why me? Why me?
Now, champ, I know you said it's not business for you, but again, these excuses or scenarios that I'm giving you are from the public, right? So they're like, build that fight up, make it a big fight, so they could be, you know, one of the biggest heavyweight pay-per-views. Do you think that that's a big fight right now, and that you guys can do, you know, decent pay-per-view numbers now, or should you build it up? Do you need two fights each?
Right now. This is a big fight right now. This don't need to be built up. This is a big fight right now. This is a huge fight right now, and I'll go to the UK if you want to make it even bigger. Since they waiting on my arrival, you don't have to see me fight no Dylan White to compare me. I will travel over there since they changing their language up instead of fighting over here. I'll go there, no problem. Just like I was going to go to Russia or anywhere else I need to go. That's no problem for me. Just make it. Just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing an interview real quick, baby. I don't have no problem with that at all. It's a big fight right now. I don't want to hear these excuses, man. These are excuses to my ears. You know what I'm saying?
All right, champ. My last one. I see you got someone there. Your division is obviously top heavy. You know, meaning Joshua, yourself, Pulev, Joseph Parker, Povetkin. That's the top of the division. Then the lower half is guys like Andy Ruiz, who hasn't fought since he lost to Parker, Dylan White, Dominic Brazil, Gerald Miller, and David Haye, Tony Bellew, depending on the winner. How does that lower half get themselves to the top half where you want to recognize a Gerald Miller, right? Because some boxing fans, they like Big Baby. Some boxing fans, they like Dylan White. Some of them like Tony Bellew, but you feel you won't get the credit. So what do those fighters need to do to get in a fight with you?
Eventually, just keep winning. I got a lot. We got plans. We got plans. I hear them all. Trust me. And don't I always come around and pull their card though? Don't I always? Just like with the Luis Ortiz. Look at it. Way back then when the people was talking about it, I was talking about the doping thing. That don't mean I ain't had them in consideration. If people keep talking long enough about it, I'll make it happen. No problem. No, we got plans for all of them. Trust me. White, the Millers, we got plans for them. So don't. Right now, I want to unify them, but I see it ain't going my way. So since it ain't going my way, trust me, we got plans. We got them down. Al Heyman is a smart man. He's and whatever's going on, whatever I want is gonna happen. Since these other champions don't fight, then I ain't gonna have no choice, obviously. So when I'm put in a position where I don't have no choice, then I start terminating the rest of them until ain't nobody left. So we got plans for them. Trust me.
Now I do want to ask: is there any sort of, I guess, and I know fear is the wrong word. But I want to, you choose the word that fits better in that blank. But does it bother you now that Eddie Hearn is doing business with HBO and there's been talks of Anthony Joshua going to HBO allegedly? Like, is that going to be another roadblock now that you're with Showtime, or are you not in a contract with Showtime and you would be able to go wherever that fight needs to happen?
Man, I don't know how they're gonna play a role. I don't know how they're gonna play a role. That's another thing that fucks up the sport as well too. All these networks going against each other's and the stuff like that. Hopefully they don't go to HBO, being that it's Showtime. They done all this promising to come over here and fight on Showtime and stuff like that.
Well, Pulev is the last fight in his contract. He only had a 3-fight contract, and now with Eddie over there doing business with HBO, everyone's a little nervous because, HBO would love to have Joshua. They went as far as doing a split pay-per-view with Vladimir Klitschko with Joshua. That's how interested they were. So I don't know. It had me nervous when I seen Eddie over there with HBO. So I'm saying, let me ask the champ, how's he taking that?
I don't know, man. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? If it takes working with them, then if they want to make the fight, then shit. It's we make it happen. I don't know how that works, man. I really that's news to my ears. On top of all this other stuff that's going on, man. I don't know. It's almost getting to the point where I'm losing my motivation in this sport, man. And when I retire, people are gonna be very upset. They're gonna be mad. That's when they're gonna finally appreciate me and my work. When I'm done, I'm gonna be a legend told how this boy from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, had all this dynamite in his hand, and he'll knock anybody out, but just didn't get the opportunity because people were scared of him. They were scared. So I don't know, man. I'm going day by day with this while I can, while I'm still inspired right now. It's pathetic because if I was on the other hand, let's say the shoe was on the other hand, I did the PEDs and stuff like that, man, all hell will break loose. You wouldn't hear the last of it. But because I'm a clean fighter, I believe in being clean. I believe in doing the right things, which I'm doing the right thing. I'm still getting heat for that. I get heat for doing the right thing. Just imagine if I do the wrong. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If they want to duck and dodge me and keep avoiding me and do it, man, hey, we'll see when that time comes, man. But right now, it is what it is. The issue that lies at hand now, man. I can't get a fighter clean that people take credibility for to fight.
Well, champ, I don't want to take much more of your time. I know you're just getting out the gym, getting some sparring in. We'll be seeing you in a couple of days, man. We're going to come out there and visit you. Give the social media right now for anybody crazy enough not to be following you, man. And thanks again for taking the time out to bless TBV airwaves with everything on your mind.
My man, appreciate it. Thank you guys and all fans. I love you, especially my day ones, man. We're going to get it right sooner or later, man. And when we do, we're going to unify this thing, and I can't wait. It's soon. We just going to stay patient, man. God got the whole situation. Just sit still. All my Farm Squad fam, man, I love you to death. Love you to the death. We're going to roll to the wheel fall out, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Deontay Bomb Squad Wilder. Just when we thought it wasn't going to happen, it happened, Matt. So, pat on the back to the listeners. Big thank you to Deontay for blessing us. And man, I wish I would have. Was I not clear enough in saying that those suggestions came from the chats and the listeners and just the overall boxing, message boards and things like that? Like, they're all like, oh, he should fight Dylan White to raise his profile, or oh, he should drop the belt and get sanctioned in another. So damn, yo, I said that and the chat went crazy. You're stupidness. What the hell is you gonna drop the belt? What an idiot. That bald guy's an idiot. Yo, I'm bald by choice, all right, guys? When I don't get a haircut, people tell me to get a haircut. Then I get a haircut, they call me bald. You know what? Sit on this one. You hear me? But there you have it. We got the champ. I'm going to get up out of here. We've been on forever and a day. Great numbers. So thanks everyone that joined us. Thanks everyone that called in. Thank everyone that continues to support us on the super chat. We appreciate it. And on the Patreon, making sure that we get things done around here. You know, your patronage is what helps us get Deontay Wilder and get to Deontay Wilder. So we're going to be bringing you a bunch of content from over there, interviews with all his sparring partners, interviews with him, his team, and just overall, definitely some vlogs for our patrons on Alabama for sure. I'm going to break diet. We're going to fucking hit Dreamland and go fucking, it's going to go crazy in Dreamland. We're going to have ribs. I wish Mitty was out there. Mitty doesn't cheat, but we're going to make him cheat with some Dreamland ribs. Listen, final thoughts. I'm happy. I was almost sad. It was like it was about to be a bad Friday night. You know, I was about to go into the room and just cry. Like, fucking champ stood me up in front of the whole show. My girl was gonna be in a bad mood because I'm in a bad mood. So she was gonna come like, babe, we ain't going out. No, I ain't going out. Get away from me, the fucking champ. He left us high and dry, but he didn't. But he came through. The champ came through. What happened?
You would have smoked 5 L's back to back.
Oh, hell yeah. Now, but luckily the champ came through, just like Mitty. Mitty came through all the way from the United Kingdom. He's been chilling and sparring. He sparred today. He's been training in our gym, Jersey Boy Boxing Club, home of Glenn Tapia, Kendall Holt. And now Wellington Romero. Hey, I haven't been talking about this guy live, but that's it. I think it's time to start telling the world about a Dominican that we can back. This guy every day gets better and better. Holy shit, Junior Johns. Shout out to Junior Johns on the super chat. You the man, respect to you. Appreciate the super chat. But yeah, man, yo, Wellington, we got it. We got a Dominican. You know, speaking of Dominicans, what's up with Javier Fortuna? But these final thoughts are going way.
Yo, you can't rep
short period.
You can't rep the Dominican Republic when you didn't rep Felix Diaz.
Nah, but you see why I didn't. I knew what I was doing.
Yo,
what?
He's top 10. Get out of here.
Top 10. Yo, you crazy. Yo, don't make progress come for him, man. The ragaroo. Yo, anyway.
Maybe you one of the best guys at 140.
My name is Nes GTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nes GTO. Follow me on my vlog at patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice, and definitely check out patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice for a bunch of Border War sparring. We published a lot today. Eric El Terrible Cruz, Mark the Tank Freeman, Chris El Natural. A lot of fighters on Border Wars card this year, man. Well, actually 2018. They're training this year for next year. It's already happening. January 16th is going down, Los Angeles. Matt, take it away.
And I'm Matt Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram, and my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios, on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. I will be doing a show, either a preview show tomorrow morning, but more likely, because there's no boxing on tomorrow night, I'm going to do a live show during the entire pay-per-view main card for UFC 216 on the channel, free, so you can go there and you can tune in instead of listening to Joe Rogan and whoever else do the same shitty ass play-by-play. But yes,
that's not how you're gonna grow, hating on the other guys.
Yo, I love Joe Rogan, but like,
why you gotta call him shitty ass? Hey Matt, can I ask you something? How many fights do you think Joshua has left on the Showtime? Because this dude, legendary boxer. I'm gonna give you a shout out. Hopefully we can be friends now. Once you get yourself an avatar instead of a little green circle shaded guy with a dot as a head. Yeah, but he's like, yo, Ness, man, correct yourself. Joshua has more than one fight left. You lied. You lied to Wilder. You lied. You're lying. You're wrong. Fuck, yo.
And by the way, being wrong and lying are two different things, legendary boxing.
Yo, how many times? But didn't he have 2 fights already? Didn't he fight Brazil? And he fought, help me here, Eric Molina.
Yes.
That was on Showtime, right?
And then Klitschko.
Klitschko was definitely on Showtime.
Yes, it was.
So if Eric wasn't, or Eric wasn't counted as, Klitschko and the other one definitely were, right?
So it would be Klitschko and Molina, because Molina was before Klitschko.
No, it would be Klitschko and Brazil. Those are the Showtime fights. Showtime paid for the co-feature, co-promotion co-pay-per-view on the Vladimir, and obviously Brazil was on Showtime. I remember that fight.
But they paid for Molina as well. They had to because that was on Showtime. I remember watching it.
Well, there you go. So then I don't know what this guy's talking about because it was a 3-fight deal. So this guy's getting bonuses here.
They could have had an extension or an option. That's highly possible. Like a Showtime option at the end of the 3 fights to add 2 more on top of it, or 3 more on top of it.
Found a backspin.
Here comes the boom.
Here comes Friday night, baby.
And hey,
Here comes the boom.
back to boxing. If guys like Wilder doesn't necessarily know like what his exact contract situation is, God knows what Joshua knows about. So like God knows what we know about.
I don't remember Wilder saying he don't know what his situation. He said he didn't.
He really didn't specify. I don't say he didn't know, but he didn't specify. Good point.
He
never said he had an exclusive deal, but he never said he didn't have an exclusive deal.
See, Adam didn't ask. And Dove is gonna come from the UK and kick you in the head for not putting up his videos, bro. He's still texting me on
90 seconds.
Yo, how many times do we have to have this conversation that I was never sent those other videos other than the Eddie Hearn one?
Fams, after we spoke, you never hit me back to let me know did you check, because it's impossible, Matt. It's the same email.
I will check.
Download.
I'll check right now.
You know what?
Right now.
It's some fuck shit going on.
And it's all Matt. Listen, we out.